In Australia, we think we're clean. We're not. We're tidy. There's a big difference. We'll tidily unwrap a piece of wrapping, put it into a bin, which goes into a bigger bin, then a bigger bin on wheels, and finally ends up in a hole in the ground we call the earth. Only 2 countries in the world recycle 100% of what the people put in their recycle bins under their sinks at home. That's Germany and Japan. The rest of us fall quite short of that. In fact, in Australia, we waste a lot. I remember when I bought this computer, the one I'm working on now to create this presentation, I remember going, my goodness gracious, look how much little twirly bits, plastic bits, foamy bits. It's in a box that could hold 3 of them. An enormous amount of waste. And it dawned on me at the time, for goodness sake, I only buy one of these every several years. But food is being unpackaged pretty much in every household, 9 million households in this country alone, every day of a week. There's an enormous amount of packaging waste on food. It is a phenomena. Now, local can truly solve a good deal of that. You buy an organic gourmet cheese made by somebody locally, a bit of wax paper and into a bag, you can carry it home in a hygienic way. However, due to our current distribution system, that may have to go into a box for shelf space, etc. 24 of those go into a bigger box, and then of course so many boxes go into a pallet with shrink wrapping. There is an enormous amount of waste on food, and we really need to look at it. Local is one of those solutions. So where do our food dollars go? Well, in this graph I've been rather generous to the farmer and given them 15%, when in fact in Australia farmers will earn 10% or less. Very small amount. Inputs 15%, fertilizers, pesticides. Packaging, 1 in every $10, 10% goes to packaging. But look at the big grey area, 60% of our food costs. This is a worldwide average, and we're at the top of this in Australia, is 60%. In other words, when an average Australian puts $100 over the counter, $60 of that is not for the food, but it's to get it to them. This is amazing. Food costs will only keep increasing. Why? Because the cost of fuel, as we know, will keep increasing. If we look at the Robert Hirsch report, an economist engaged by the US Department of Energy to produce this report, which we loosely call peak oil these days, quite a number of economists and geologists contributed to this report. They state that peak oil either happened in 2006 or will occur by roughly 2020. And the truth is, it's irrelevant when, and to some degree, because it will happen sooner or later. The amount of oil we burn every year in this world took the Earth 2 to 3 million years to create through the compression of bacteria and other organic matter. It is a finite resource. And yes, we've got to look at alternative ways of energy. However, what's more important is reducing this travelling of our food. This will have a significant effect on our food prices and the pollution of the Earth just by looking local.